Right. Hello, hello. And here we are today, welcoming the magical Khushboo, Dr. Khushboo from India to our magical land in Estonia. And today we're gonna just have a conversation with Khushboo. We're gonna ask her some questions, and we're gonna invite you all to join the class, upcoming class, Talk to the Entities class in Estonia. So,
Nice.
Khushbu, here you are.
Yes.
So, tell us first, perhaps, why Estonia?
It just pinged. I think it's the spirits in, something, entities and consciousness just like went ping. So it's
Hmm
just pinged.
hmm Yes. So, the Estonian fairies and all kinds of entities and the land spirits, they are all
Yeah.
calling
And you
you.
guys, you guys are also
Yeah.
part of
So
the
happy to have
invitation.
you come
Yeah.
here. Lisa, would you like to start with wonderful questions of ours?
Yes, I was recently talking to one lady, and she was a massage therapist, and I asked her if she ever if she was ever interested in talk to the entities, or has she encountered anything with the spirit world with her clients, and she was like, "No, I'm too busy uh, with the bodies, and why should I talk to entities at all?" That was her question. So, Khushbu, how would you answer to that question?
Which is a great question in itself. It's just choice. But all right. So in my case, it's not like I had to start talking to entities after I did talk to the entities. I already was communicating with them and not realizing that all of that extra stuff that was going on in the background and not so much in my background was actually my hearing the entities and then confusing it as my thoughts or someone else's thoughts or something else. So it wasn't that I could not talk to entities before. It's just that it was so muddled. And also, I didn't realize that I was, because talking to entities does not look like talking to people. So it was more like I already was, and but it was so muddled. So with TTTE, it started giving me awareness of what is true, what is actually me, and what is entities that I was aware of.
Mm.
So, Kushbu, when you first chose to attend the Talk to the Entities beginning class, what was your motivation? Why did you do it? Do you even
Um,
remember?
yeah, I'm really so. So for the first time that I became very aware of the fact that I need to look at entities was in my Access Foundation class. Because when we came, so the foundation class is the class that you do after bars, which is the first class. And there is a little topic on entities in there. And when we were doing the clearing, everything that was included in it, suddenly the amount of change that I received, the quietness that I felt only after my facilitator just doing the entity clearing once or twice, there was like a sudden drop in noise in my world. This is what I meant. It's not like I couldn't hear them. I just didn't know that that is the noise that I was listening to or hearing all the time. So it was then that I realized, wow, I'm really aware of entities. And I didn't even know that this is how aware I was, because it just seemed like normal noise, like, doesn't everybody hear this? Maybe it's where I grew up. I just thought it was normal. And I really didn't know consciously that it was entities that I was hearing, all of that extra noise.
Yeah, we were just discussing with Minnie, because we
Yeah.
have been good access friends for more than 10 years, and using the tools and including talk to the entities tools and going through all kinds of weird wonky stuff in our own lives
Yeah.
with the help of TTT tools. and we were just like asking each other like, what is the daily practical use, like that we like the areas where we use it the most. And it was really like a lot of areas. Like Minnie is a teacher, so working with, you know, colleagues and students and pupils, and uh, me living in a countryside house and renovating it, like that was such a co-creation with all kinds of entities and the land entities here. And like daily they're like, yeah, I for now I don't really know how would I don't know if I would be alive even if I didn't have the trees, like
Yeah,
because it's like
yeah.
it's yeah, there are a lot of areas, like a lot of
Mm,
whys.
mm. Khushboo, could you give an example from your daily activities or
Daily routines.
daily routines? Yes.
Daily routines. Well, first of all, I don't have a daily routine, but like, but
The
oh,
10-second
having said
increments.
that, yeah, now with basically for everything, and I don't know how to. It's not like I keep asking for entities for help with everything. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, that's not what Talk to the Entities is about. But you know, if you're aware of entities and you're waking up and and you don't acknowledge that all of that stuff, like most of us, like, do you wake up fresh or do you wake up with like, oh my god, I
Mm.
think I worked even more during the night, like what is going on? And you wake up and you're like, whoa. So it's not all entities. You're aware of people's thoughts, etc., etc. But for me, also because I am aware of entities, there was a lot of that entity noise also that I was waking up to, and before going to sleep, and even my sleep wasn't very nice, right? So just your daily life can just become easier. Just have it's become more silent. Like it's had the exact opposite effect. Like we know what people think, and that used to be my point of view. If I say yes to this, talk to the entities, I'll be fucking talking to entities all day long. Who wants to do that? Like
Mm.
I don't like talking to
Mm.
people. Why would be talking to this? And that was totally my point of view, and I completely understand that. But I didn't realize how much I was already like. And it wasn't like it's not like a conversation this way. It's stuff that you're hearing and around you all the time. So if I so it's done the exact opposite. It's become less noisy the more I start talking to entities. The moment I said yes to talk to the entities, is actually less noise. There's more space.
And
So it's
sometimes it
not,
could also
yeah,
be
it's not
like
to
less
crowd
pain.
itself with entities. I mean, that
Yeah.
could be something if you would like to do, if you like it. But it actually creates more space, more lightness. So if yes, I mean, just ask. Truth. Am I aware of entities? And if it lightens up, if your body sort of relaxes, it gives a sigh of relief. You probably are. And all of that extra noise, it could be in forms of thoughts, feelings, emotions. Also, just if you are one of them who hears, you probably hear all of that extra noise will start becoming lesser and lesser. You'll start having more ease with the tools of talk to the entities. So if you'd like to wake up happier, if you'd like to have ease with your life, etc., etc., and then obviously we go into the receiving and cooperation bit, which is about creating your life and then just including your spirit awareness in it because that's something that's available to you easily. So why not? To have better deals on houses and land and wherever you're moving, or tickets and like flight tickets and this and that, and then you can play with it. But in the beginning it wasn't for this. For me, in the beginning it was just to have some space. For me.
Yeah.
How was it for you guys?
Can you tell? Can you tell
I
what?
really love it that the title of the class is talk to the entities,
Yeah.
and what you just expressed, I'm so with you. Yeah, the space of just being, and and the quiet space of mind.
Yeah.
Um, I think I um uh, I guess I've also always talked to the entities, and it was attending the I don't even I don't exactly recall why I chose my first class myself. However, I remember that becoming aware of my entity signs, like how my body reacts or how
Yeah.
what happens in my awareness once I become aware of entities around me. That was very useful for me.
Yeah.
Because, for example, now whenever I get some body pain, especially sudden body pain, then one of the first questions I ask is it entities? And most of the time it is. And then I just receive it, communicate whatever is required. It's so simple. And I would have never known to ask for that before that.
And they
Yeah.
are like so random pains in your case, like, and random body symptoms that you get.
Yeah.
And
And one of the
yeah,
things I get is the beeping in my ears. Whenever I have this ear thing, I
Yeah.
know it's for sure entities, and I just have to put my attention on it. Uh,
Yeah. And it's not like every person out there is this aware of entities, but if you are these, and if you'd like to have some ease, these may be some of your signs, because each one of us has different signs and symptoms. So if it's lightening up as you're listening to this, if it's ringing any kind of bell, or you're getting really angry, like it both is a sign that you may be aware of entities.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What about you, Lisa? Did you think of why did you start attending the class?
well, I I guess I have also always been very sensitive and very like aware. And one maybe capacity that I have found out that I have is really with lands and with nature and with houses, and that definitely got stronger here while when we bought a land and a house that was like more than 100 years old, so it had a quite a long history. And really this like the way how we got here, how we got this house, that was really really magical, like almost
Yeah.
like a fairy tale to me. And like I've always like by that time I already knew the TTT tools that made everything so much easier. So I recognized and I communicated from the start with this all this crowded uh, without body um, entities here, and it has
Hmm.
made everything so much more easier. And
Yeah.
life can really become also very easy and magical if you talk to the entities, and then
And
there's like so much more
yeah.
available about the communication and about the, like I would say, like support, or like this really a big universe opens up if
Hmm.
you hear the whispers and if you really tune yourself to the subtleties of entities, really.
As I was listening to you, I hear the answer actually to your friend or your client that you mentioned at the start of the call. That she was afraid that her life would be even busier than it already is. But in fact, what Khushboo was saying, that it's actually more space, it's
Yeah.
actually less pain, and it's just makes your life easier. So it will actually increase the space in your life that you maybe craving or asking for.
And another area is definitely the relationships as well. Like it's like if you are entity aware, then the way how they can mess up your relationships, and that's really like that's interesting. And yeah, and what is really available and possible with these tools of talk to the entities in so many areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
so you've how many talk to the entities at beginning classes have you actually has facilitated so far, Kushwa?
Thousands and thousands.
No, not thousands. But I don't remember that
In all the
I think
lifetimes.
In all the lifetimes, though. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's infinite. But I mean, having said that, like I don't know. I'll have to really go through everything and check how many. It's been quite a few.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
Can,
Yeah.
have you
yeah.
but do you like to do them like mostly live, or is it even easier to do them online?
It's actually so I used to think it would be so much better if people came live, and that still holds true, but it totally works online.
Hmm.
Like
Mm,
absolutely. If for whatever reason you can't make it, and forget about everybody else's point of view. If you're getting the ping to attend it, it totally works. That's why it's now available online as well. And for whatever the reason, you can totally attend it online. And based on how
mm,
present you're going to be, you're going to receive it.
mm,
And people have received some brilliant changes being online as well.
Me
So,
too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
yeah,
have this.
Yeah, me too. We were talking earlier with Lisa about the class happening, what a contribution it is that the class itself will take
yeah,
place in Estonia, and what can Estonia contribute to the
yeah,
class, the land, the well, all the entities that are eagerly waiting for it.
Yeah, all
yeah,
the entities
And the
are
fact that it
asking.
actually will reflect even through the online class, you know,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, like
I wonder, what do you guys know? And like, look at the space of it. Please just be in question. Um, there is something beautiful and spacious and light about the land and spirits of the earth of Estonia. And whatever else is going on in your worlds, right? Like all of the heavy stuff
Mm.
also around entities definitely requires to be addressed. And how much can the lightness facilitate that with ease for you?
yeah, especially like really in these times on this planet right now, like
Mhm.
I definitely like I choose to go towards the ease and towards the
Yeah,
lightness, and talk to the entities is has given me access to that. That really this, I don't know, newspapers and yeah, newspapers are not even a thing today, right? But
Yeah.
like the news and the media is
All
not
the cognitive dissonance and insanity that is
is
out
yeah,
there right now.
what is given us as a reality. Like there is something so much beyond available, and let's open it and let's access it, because it's time, it's now the
it
space to
is time.
Yeah.
And
ah
just ask a question. If I attend this class, what will my life be like in the next 5 years? Get a sense of that. And then ask what if I don't attend this class, what will my life be like in the next 5 years? And look at which one's expansive for you. Whatever is expansive, lighter, spacier, that's true. That's the lightness. That's how your life will show up. And whatever is contract, that's how your life will show up. So you want a contracted life, or you want a more expansive life. So this question really helps. And anytime you're confused, because this is such an irrational class, like you definitely weren't
Mm.
studying in school and going, one day I will attend a talk to the entities class. Now that's this is not rational at all. This is so
Although you wish that you
yeah.
had learned it in school.
Either way, exactly. Now I really do. I wish a lot of things, but and it'll come. But just be in question, right? Because the more you think about it, the more you're going to get confused. Just ask, what will my life be like? And if there is a pull, just choose it. Just go for it. Don't worry about it. The most irrational of choices. I mean, just look back at your life. All of those
Mhm.
irrational choices were some of your greatest choices.
Yeah.
And all of those choices that you made after doing a lot of research and the logic and the right, like, what the hell did I do here? So,
you can also really like test the magic out and ask for the entities to like come with you and show you the money for the class and all that. So
Mhm. And you can ask the class to, you can invite the class to bring the money
yeah.
to attend it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
to
what
us,
else is
with
possible?
Minnie, with Minnie and me, it has been so amazing to create this class, because this class is so talkative and like
Yeah, it is.
so much fun already. And I really wonder like what
Well, there
magic.
is a Talk to the Entities class. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and the class is also an entity, so there are lots of
yeah,
different
and
ways
what
to interact.
entities have been trying to talk to you, trying to get your attention, trying to gift to you, and you've just been saying no. So, what if just saying yes to this will open up those channels that you've shut down in other lifetimes? And if you open those channels, how much more receiving can be available to you? So, how many entities, how many beings are just waiting to gift to you?
Yes.
And for that, you also need to, clear some of the muck. That's some entities that are stuck totally, like, oh, and need your facilitation that you've just been aware of. And as you start clearing it basically, so doing talk to the entities has cleared my environment, right? So if you're like if you're not happy, if you feel like dull or stuck, and you're aware of entities, what talking to entities has done has changed my complete environment. So the stuckness can leave and the lightness can be. So you start changing the entity environment around you. So that is something that is truly more conducive to your future you know, rather than something that really doesn't work for you. Because all kinds of entities exist.
Yeah. So we are already
Yeah.
starting the class here, right?
Mm-hmm. So you can
That
join
means it's
us.
time to end the live. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, so you can join us. Khushboo will start with the introduction to the talk to the entities on the 12th of June,
True.
and the class will thereafter proceed for 2.5 days, and we will finish on Sunday, the 14th of June.
Yeah. And it's live in Tallinn, Estonia, and also online worldwide. So wherever you are, you can join in. Intro requires no prereqs, and beginning, which is on Saturday and Sunday, followed by the intro, requires you to have a bars class, an access bars class
Mm.
that you must have taken anytime at any point. You could have
Which
taken the
is
bars.
also an amazing thing to know, right?
Yeah.
What if,
and and country pricing applies to
Yes, and
all.
country pricing applies. Access has its own country pricing depending on what country you're in. A
Yeah.
country that you pay your taxes in is the country price that applies to you.
and Kushbu, isn't it that if you have, is there like a 50% if you have taken
Repeat price,
repeat
you mean?
price,
70%.
70% if
Mm.
you've taken it
Yes. For
less
TTT
than a year?
classes, it's 70% repeat price.
Repeat
If you
price.
have taken it within the
24
last.
20,
months.
Mhm.
24
20,
months, 2 years.
24. Oh,
24 months or 2 years.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this beginning gives you, on this talk to the entity education gives you a prereq to go to the intermediate class, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
proceed with advanced class. So there is a lot to discover, and let's make the first step.
It's a whole curriculum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you ever
Work.
needed an education in talking to entities consciously, this is where you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you used to
So.
be a dentist doctor, and now you're a doctor in another area.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. None of us, this is obviously one of the most irrational choices I made. Like, and
Yeah.
no point did if you told that when I was 10 or 12, or when I was 16, that, oh, you'll be a talk to the entity society. I was like, you crazy.
What is that?
What is that? The little kid, when I was 2 or 3, maybe I was like, yeah, totally. But then later you learn all this stuff, which is
Yeah.
not true, all the lies and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and all the avoidance and all the rejection. And then you kind of shut down a little bit. And then you make these
Yeah.
irrational choices. When you're
Finally.
finally like, this doesn't work. And that's when you go and make these irrational choices, which
Like I did everything
turn out
right.
to
I
be.
did everything correct by this reality. I did the doctor's education. I did this. I did that. And now, like, why is my
Yeah.
life still
That's the
so?
only thing that I did correct. I did not get married or, have kids or whatever.
Oh,
That's the
you
only
said that.
that's the only thing I did correctly was get a degree.
So come and join us to hear more about it.
Yeah.
And have fun with
And
us.
really, what would your life be like in the next 5 years if you did it at this? Okay. Because it's the manual and what we're going through. Oh my God, it clears so much of your confusion, of your space. It's a big class, okay, energetically and otherwise. So
It is a big choice.
yeah,
A big
And
upgrade
what will
available.
it create?
like, yeah, and towards lightness, like I said. So talking to entities is not about crowding your space with more entities. It's to have more space, actually.
Oh, finally you said the, the sentence.
Yeah. We ended where we started.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, ladies.
Khushboo
This was
and
beautiful.
Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa
Yeah.
and Minnie.
All
And
right.
I'm
Can't
really,
And
wait
see
to
you
meet you guys.
soon.
See you soon.
yeah. See you.
Bye.
Bye. I can just hold on.